Hello everyone, welcome back to my channels. So our today topic is class 11th maths. We will solve complete solution of exercise 11.2 as seen on your screen. In previous class we can study about all the theory which is related to exercise 11.2. So we will revise then after solving every questions. Okay, so we will proceed it now. So as seen on your screens, so here we use important concept here. If the here line L1 and here line L2 and its DCS are L1 M1 N1 and L2 M2 N2 and its angle between them is theta, then we use the formula cos theta is equal to L1 L2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2. Okay, if L1 is perpendicular to L2, so it means cos 90 becomes 0, theta will be 90. So it becomes L1 L2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2 equal to 0. If theta is equal to 90 means L1 and L2 are perpendicular, here perpendicular, then it's this case. And if we given L1 L2, its directions ratio A1 B1 C1 and A2 B2 C2, we use this formula cos theta is equal to A1 A2 plus B1 B2 plus C1 C2 upon under root A1 square plus B1 square plus C1 square into A2 square plus B2 square plus C2 square. In the case 1, if L1 is perpendicular to L2, it means that angle between them is 90. So cos 90 becomes 0. So it becomes A1 A2 plus B1 B2 plus C1 C2 equal to 0. And case 2 is if L1 and L2 is parallel, means angle between them is 0. Then it becomes A1 by A2 equal to B1 by B2 equal to C1 by C2. I hope it is clear to you. So come into the next. So next is what equation of line passes through a point x1 comma y1 comma z1 and parallel to vector b. So here you see that this is the line which is passes through the point a x1 comma y1 comma z1 and parallel to this vector ai cap plus bj cap plus ck cap. Okay, so this is equal to what? This is equal to in vector form vector r equal to vector a plus lambda vector b, where lambda with any constant means real number, and vector a equal to the positions vector of the point a. This is x1 I cap plus y1 j cap plus z1 k cap, and vector r is equal to be any point which is lies on the lines. This is xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap. And its Cartesian form is what? This is x minus x1 by a, y minus y1 by b, and z minus z1 by c. And it passes through the point x1 comma y1 comma z1 and parallel to these lines ai cap plus bj cap plus ck cap, means its directions ratio are abc. I hope it is clear to you. So come into the next. So next is what? Since equation of line passes through the 2 points like a x1 comma y1 comma z1 b x2 comma y2 comma z2, so its vector form equations is vector r equal to vector a plus lambda times of the vector b minus vector a. So what is a vector a and vector b? This is positions vector of the point a and this is positions vector of point b. Vector b is positions vector of point b and vector a is equal to positions vector of point a. I hope it is clear. So lambda be any real numbers, and its Cartesian form is what? This is x minus x1 upon x2 minus x1 equal to y minus y1 upon y2 minus y1 equal to z minus z1 upon z2 minus z1. This is the Cartesian from the equation of line passes through the 2 points. So come into the next. So next is that. So next is here angle between two lines. If the vector form is given like vector r equal to vector a1 plus lambda vector b1 and vector r equal to vector a2 plus mu vector b2, where lambda and mu are the constant. Let theta be the angle between L1 and L2, line L1 and L2, then cos theta is equal to vector b1 dot vector b2 upon modulus of vector b1 into modulus of vector b2. We use the dot product here. Okay, so we use this here. And its Cartesian form is what? If the Cartesian form is given as here, x minus x1 upon a1 equal to y minus y1 upon b1 equal to z minus z1 upon c1, and x minus x2 upon a2 equal to y minus y2 upon b2 and z minus z1 upon c2. At a1 b1 c1 and a2 b2 c2, what are DCS? Direction ratio of the lines L1 and L2. So we use the formula cos theta equal to a1 a2 plus b1 b2 plus c1 c2 upon under root a1 square plus b1 square plus c1 square under a2 square plus b2 square plus c2 square. I hope it is clear. To come into the next. So next is what? The shortest distance between two lines. So SQ lines are the lines which does not lie in the same planes and which is not intersecting and not parallels. Okay, which is not intersecting and not parallel. In previous lecture we already told about it. So we use this formula here. Vector r equal to vector a1 plus lambda vector b1 and vector r equal to vector a2 plus mu vector b2. Here lambda and mu should be constant here, and yet b1 and b2 should not be equal. So let t be the shortest distance between lines 1 and 2. So we use the formula D is equal to modulus of vector V1 cross vector V2 dot vector A2 minus vector A1 upon modulus of vector V1 cross vector V2. So we know that distance between two lines should be always non-negative, should be taking the modulus of that. Okay. So parallel lines, if we have the given parallel lines, suppose this is vector R equal to vector A1 plus lambda times of the vector B, and vector R equal to the vector A2 plus mu times of the. Here you see that vector B and vector B are the same here. Okay, so we use the formula here and we recognize in this way. And here is lambda and mu. So lambda mu should be the coefficient of this, means B1 by B2, vector B1 by B2 should be taking the V1 by V2 should be constant. Okay, so D is equal to what? Taking the modulus of vector B cross vector A2 minus vector A1 upon modulus of vector B. I hope it is clear to you. So this is all about the theory. So we will proceed the lecture. This is 11.2 exercise. So that the lines with direction cosines this and this are mutually perpendicular. So solution is what? Suppose this is the line L1, this is the line L2, and this is the line L3. Okay, this is the line L1, this is the line L1, this is the line L2, this is the line L3. And suppose this directions ratio L1, M1, N1, and its directions ratio is L2, M2, N2. And its directions direction cosines L2, M2, N2. Okay, and L1 is perpendicular to L2. We show that are mutually perpendicular. We need to show that L1 is perpendicular to L2 and L2 is perpendicular to L3 and L3 is perpendicular to L1. Okay, so what is L1, M1, N1? Here you see that L1 equal to what? 12 by 13. M1 equal to what? Minus 3 by 13. And N1 equal to what? Minus 4 by 13. And here L2 is equal to what? L2 is equal to 4 by 13. And M2 equal to what? M2 equal to what? 12 by 13. And N2 equal to what? 3 by 13. Okay. And here what? L3 is what? L3 is equal to 3 by 13. And M3 is equal to what? Minus 4 by 13. And N3 is equal to what? 12 by 13. So you solve. If you need to show that L1 is perpendicular to L2, we need to L1 L2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N3 equal to 0. Okay, to solve it. So we use here L1 L2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2. Solve it. If he equal to 0, then we say that L1 is perpendicular to L2. Okay, so we solve 12 by 13. L1 equal to what? 12 by 13. L2 is equal to what? 4 by 13. M1 equal to what? Minus 3 by 13. And M2 equal to what? 12 by 13. Okay, and N1 equal to what? Minus 4 by 13. And N2 equal to what? 3 by 13. So solve it. 3 by 13. Solve it. 12 into 4, 48 by 169. Plus minus minus. 12 into 36 by 169. And here plus minus minus. 4 3 is 12. 12 by 169. Here you see that here LCM is 169 and 48 minus 36 minus 12. Here denominator is same, so we add simply add or subtract as above signs here. Okay, so 48 minus 36 minus 12, it becomes what? 48 minus 48, 36 minus 36 minus 12 becomes 48 minus me. It's 169. It becomes 0 upon 169. It becomes 0. So we what? L1 L2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 equal to 0. So we say that what? L1 is perpendicular to L2. So similarly we proved that. Similarly we use here. You solving, putting the value here, you get L2 L3 plus M2 M3 plus N2 N3 is equal to 0. It's implied that L2 is perpendicular to L3. Okay, and also putting the value L2 L3 M2 M3 N2 N3, you get 0. Okay, so using here, and also L3 L1 plus M3 M1 plus N3 N1, it is also equal to 0. If you using this value here L3 L1 M3 M1 and N3 N1, you get 0. So it means what? L3 is perpendicular to L1. Okay. So we are proved that L1, M1, lines L1, L2, L3 are mutually perpendicular. Therefore, lines L1, L2 and L3 are mutually perpendicular. Mutually perpendicular. I hope it is clear to you. We use first as L1, L2, M1, M2, M1, M2 so that and write the similar concept here. Okay. If you put in this value, you get this. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. Comment to the next. So next is what? So that the line passes through the point. This is perpendicular to this. So solve it. Suppose this is the lines. This is the lines 1. So what is here? This is passes through 1 comma minus 1 comma 2 and 3 comma 4 comma minus 2. Suppose this is the line L1 and its directions ratio what? We know that this is x1 comma y1 comma z1 and its point rotating at x2 comma y2 comma z2. So its directions ratio, like suppose this is a1 b1 c1 is directions ratio. So a1 equal to what? Simply x2 minus x1. So if you solve x2 minus x1 means 3 minus 1, you get what? 2. And b2 is equal to what? y2 minus y1. So y2 minus y1 is what? 4 minus of minus 1. 4 minus of minus 1. You get 4 plus 1. You get 5. And what is C2? This is z2 minus z1. Direction cosines. Sorry, directions ratio of the line L1. This is y z2 minus z. Minus 2 of 2. Minus 2 of 2, it becomes minus of 4. Okay. Similarly, the and second line what? Sorry, a1 b1 c1. Okay, na? So this is a1 b1 c1. This is a1 b1 c1. Okay. This is a1 b1 c1. And next line is what? Which is passes through the point. Which point this is passes through? Suppose this is line L2. Passes through what? 0 comma 3 comma 2. 0 comma 3 comma 2. And this is 3 comma 5 comma 6. So what is this? This point taking x1 comma y1 comma z1 and x2 comma y2 comma z2. Let its directions DCR, directions ratio here. Okay. And let DCR of this line L2 like A2 B2 C2. A directions ratio A1 B1 C1. Okay. A directions ratio A2 B2 C2. Suppose. Okay. And A2 equal to what? X2 minus X1. X2 minus X1. So this point rating as X2. So 3 minus 0. You get 3. And B2 is equal to Y2 minus Y1. Y2 minus Y1. Supposing y2 what? 5 minus 3. 5 minus 3 you get 2. And C2 equal to what? Z2 minus Z1. So what is Z2? This is a 6. And what is Z1 2? Just 6 minus 2 you get 4. So we need to prove that this line is perpendicular. So we need to prove that A1 A2 plus B1 B2 plus C1 C2 equal to 0. So solve it. A1 A2 plus B1 B2 plus C1 C2. So solve it. A1 equal to what? This is 2. And A2 equal to what? This is 3. Plus B1 equal to what? 5. And B2 is equal to what? 2. And C1 equal to what? Minus 4. And C2 is equal to what? 4. Simplify it. This is 2 3 is 6. And 5 2 is 10. 4 into minus 4 becomes 16. It becomes 60 minus 16. You see that A1 A2 plus B1 B2 plus C1 C2 equal to 0. Where A1 A1 B1 C1 are the direction ratio of the first line and A2 B2 C2 are the directions ratio of the second line. So it means that line L1 is perpendicular to L2. Hence proved. Hence proved. I hope it is clear to you. So come into the next. So that the line through the point is parallel to this line. So here you simplify A1 B1 C1 and A2 B2 C2. You need to show that A1 by A2 equal to B1 by B2 equal to C1 by C2. So right here, this passes through what? This is passes through 4 comma 7 comma 8 and 2 comma 3 comma 4. Okay. Let this directions ratio of these lines A1 B1 C1. So what is A1? A1 is simply 2 minus 4. 2 minus 4 you get minus 2 x2 minus x1. Okay. And what is B1? You get B1 equal to y2 minus y1. This is 3 minus 7. You get minus of 4. Okay. And what is C1? This is Z2 minus Z1. This is 4 minus 8. you get what? You get minus of 4. I hope it is clear to you. And next is, suppose this is the line L2. This is the line L2, which directions ratio is A2, B2, C2, and which is passes through the point what? Minus 1 comma minus 2 comma 1 and 1 comma 2 comma 5. So what is A2? A2 is what? 1 of minus 1. 1 of minus 1 means this becomes 2. What is B2? Y2 minus Y1. 2 of minus 2. 2 of minus 2, it becomes 4. Okay. And what is C2? This is Z2 minus Z1. This is 5 of minus 1. 5 of minus 1, this is equal to 4. I hope it is clear to you. In order to show that, suppose this is line L1, this is L2. Okay. In order to show that this line is parallel, we need to show that A1 by A2 equal to B1 by B2 equal to C1 by C2. So find A1 by A2. What A1 by A2 here? So this is minus 2 by 2. It becomes minus of 1. And simplify B1 by B2 is equal to what? B1 by B2 equal to what? Minus 4 by 4. It becomes also minus 1. And C1 by C2 solving here, you get minus 4 by 4 here. This is also becomes minus 1. And from above it is also written as A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2. What it means? This implies L1 is parallel to L2. What is this lines L1? This is lines L2. Hence proved. Hence proved. I hope it is clear to you. So come into the next questions. So next question is what is saying that find the equation of the line which passes through the point this and parallel to this vector. So we need to find the equations. So we always write a vector form here. We also write the Cartesian form here because the question is not specified which equations we have to written here. So here you see that the point we write its positions vector like this is vector A. This is x1 I cap plus y1 j cap plus z1 k cap. This is what? This is I cap. 1 I cap means 1 I cap. 2 j cap plus 3 k cap. Okay. And what is B? And this is parallel to this vector. So this is vector B. This is 3 I cap plus 2 j cap minus 2 k cap. So we know that the vectors which is passes through the point x1 y1 z1 and parallel to vector B. This is what? Vector form is vector R equal to vector A plus lambda times of the vector B. So using here you get. So vector A equal to what? This is I cap plus 2j cap plus 3k cap and plus what? And this is the lambda times of the vector B. Vector B what? 3I cap plus 2j cap minus 2k cap here. Okay. I hope it is clear to you. Its Cartesian form what? Its Cartesian form is here x minus x1 upon A and y minus y1 upon B and z minus z1 upon C. So how to find? This is x1 comma y1 comma z1 and vector B is comparing AI cap plus BJ cap plus CK cap. Okay. So what is coefficient of I cap in vector B? This is 3. So A equal to what? 3. And what is B? Coefficient of J cap. This is equal to what? 2. And what is C? Coefficient of K cap. This is equal to minus of 2. So 3 to minus 2. And x1 y1 z1 here 1 2 3. So it's Cartesian form x minus 1 by 3. Sorry, x minus 1 by 3 and equal to y minus y1 what? Y1 is equal to 2. Y minus 2 by B what? B equal to also 2. And z minus z1 is equal to what? 3. So z minus 3 by and C equal to what? Minus 2. So it is the Cartesian form the equation of the given straight lines. I hope it is clear to you. In previous lecture we also solve the question conversion of vector form to Cartesian form and Cartesian form to the vector. This is important for you. Okay, so come into the next. So next question is yes, find the equation of the straight line in the vector and Cartesian form that passes through the point this and in the directions of the vector. In the directions of this vector means the parallel to the vectors. Okay, so solve it. So solve. So what is the positions vector of the point? This is 2I cap minus j cap plus 4k cap. This is equal to x1 I cap plus y1 j cap plus z1 k cap. So comparing you get its point what? This is x1 comma y1 comma z1. It looks like what? This is 2 comma minus 1 and 4. Okay. So point of this positions vector what? 2 comma minus 1 comma 4. And this is parallel to this vector. This is vector B. What is this? This is I cap plus 2j cap minus k cap. So it's is ai cap plus bj cap plus ck cap. Okay. So what is a here? A coefficient of I cap. A equal to 1. And what is b? Coefficient of j cap. This is equal to 2. And what is c? Coefficient of k cap. This is equal to minus 1. So what is its vector form? Vector form is what? Vector form is equal to vector r equal to vector a plus lambda times of the vector b. So using here you get the answers. Vector a equal to what? Vector a here. This is 2i cap minus j cap plus 4k cap. Okay. Plus lambda times of the vector b what? This is I cap plus 2j cap and minus k cap. This is the vector form. I hope it is clear to you. Okay. And what is the Cartesian form here? So Cartesian form is what? We use here Cartesian form. Cartesian form is x minus x1 upon a equal to y minus y1 upon b is equal to z minus z1 upon c. So putting the value you get the answer. So x1 is equal to what? This is 2. X minus 2, this is x1 here. And a equal to what? 1. So y minus y1 equal to what? Minus m, minus taken it become plus. So y plus 1. And what is the b? B is equal to 2. And z minus z1 is equal to what? 4. So z minus 4 upon c. C is equal to what here? This is the minus of 1. So this is our answer. I hope it is clear to you. Okay. This is 2 minus 1 and 4 and 1 2 minus 1. I hope it is clear to you. So this is our answer in Cartesian form and the vector form. So come into the next questions. So find the Cartesian equation of the straight line which passes through the point 2 minus 2 comma 4 comma 5 and parallel to the lines. Okay. So we need to find what the Cartesian form here. So you need you know that the equations of the directions ratio of the line which is parallel to the lines. If two lines are parallel, then directions ratio are the same. Okay, so it's parallel to directions ratio of line parallel to x plus 3 upon 3 equal to y minus 4 by 5 z plus 8 by 6 is what? A equal to same. Okay, same. A equal to what? 3 and B equal to what? 5 and C equal to 6 because we know that directions ratio of the line which is parallel are equal. Okay, so A equal to what? 3, B equal to 5 and C equal to 6. So what? x1 y1 comma z1 here. So Cartesian form equation x minus x1 upon A is equal to y minus y1 upon B is equal to z minus z1 upon C. Okay, so we write it here x1 equal to what? This is minus of 2, this is minus of 2 and this is equal to what? 3 and this is y1 equal to what? This is 4, y minus 4 and what is B? This is equal to 5 and z minus z1 equal to what? This is minus of 5 and this is C equal to what? 6. So solving you get this is the equation of the line which is passes through the minus 2 comma 4 comma minus 5 and the parallel to the line, these lines. Okay, so this is x plus minus plus x plus 2 by 3 and y minus 4 by 5 and z plus 5 by what? 6. This is the required equation of the straight lines. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. So this is our answers. This is the equation of the straight line in the Cartesian form which is passes through the minus 2 comma 4 comma minus 5 and parallel to these lines. Okay, so come into the next. So Cartesian equation of the lines here, so we need to find its vector form. Solution is what? Solution is here. So we need to be comparing x minus x1 upon A, y minus y1 upon B and z minus z1 upon C. Here you see that the coefficient of x, y, z should be positive ones. Unity. Okay, means coefficient of x, y, z should be plus ones. If not plus 1, we convert in the form of plus ones. So we compare from these equations. Okay, so on comparing you get what? X1 equal to what? X1 equal to 5 and y1 equal to what? Minus 4. If putting y1 equal to minus 4, it becomes y plus 4. Okay, so y1 equal to what? Becomes minus 4. And z1 equal to what? It equal to 6. And what is A? A is equal to 3 and B equal to 7 and C equal to what? 2. So its vector form is what? So vector A equal to what? This is x1 I cap plus y1 j cap plus z1 k cap. So using this value get this is 5 I cap and this is minus 4j cap and z1 equal to what? Plus 6k cap. And what is vector B? Vector B is equal to what? This is ai cap plus bj cap plus ck cap. So using this value get so a equal to what? This is a 3i cap and 7j cap plus 2k cap. Okay, so this is vector B. So we know the vector form of the equation. This is vector r equal to vector a plus lambda times of the vector B. So using this value get this is vector a equal to 5i cap minus 4j cap plus 6k cap plus lambda of the vector B. What? This is a 3i cap plus 7j cap plus 2k cap. I hope it is clear. So this is our answers. Okay, so this is our answers. We have given a Cartesian form, we need to convert it vector form. You also convert in vice versa. If you given a vector form and you need to convert in the Cartesian form. Okay, so comparing this and solve it. Coming to the next questions. So next question is what? This is the angle between the pair of the lines. Okay, so we solve it. We comparing. Solution is what? On comparing vector r equal to vector a1 plus lambda times of the vector b1 and vector r equal to vector a2 plus mu vector b2. And what is here on comparing? Okay, so what is vector b1? We need to find only vector b1 b2. Okay, so cos theta becomes what? So cos theta is equal to vector b1 dot vector b2 upon modulus of vector b1 and modulus of vector b2. Okay, so simplify. What is vector b1 is? This is a 3i cap plus 2j cap plus 6k cap here. And what is vector b2? This is a coefficient of mu in this expression. So vector b2 equal to what? This is I cap plus 2j cap plus 2k cap. So solving it you get. So what is vector b1? So modulus of vector b1, this is equal to under root 3 square plus 2 square plus 6 square. If you simplify here you get 9 plus 4 plus 6 square what? 36. So 36 plus 4 14. This is a 49. So under root 49 it becomes 7. If you similarly find the modulus of vector b2 you get what? This is 1 square plus 2 square plus 2 square. You get what? This is 1 plus 4 plus 4. This is under root 9. You get, sorry, this is under root 9 here. This is under root 9 here. Okay. This is under root 9 here. So under root 9 equal to what? 3. So using this value you get this is equal to what? Cos of the theta. And theta, let theta be the angle between them. Okay. So b1 b2 what? So taking the dot product of the b1 b2 here. So 3 into I cap, 3 into 1 becomes 3 and 2 into 2 becomes 2 2 ja 4 and 6 into 2 becomes 6 2 ja 12. And what is the b1? And modulus of vector b1 is equal to what? This is a 7 and modulus of vector b2 is equal, this is a 3. So simplify you get the theta angle between them. So cos theta it becomes what? 3 plus 4 it becomes 7 and 12. This is a 19 and this is a 7 3 ja 21. So theta is equal to what? So theta is equal to what? This is a cos inverse of the 19 by 21. So this is our answer. This is the angle between the two given lines. This is the cos inverse. Okay, cos inverse 19 by 21. This is our answers. I hope it is clear to you. So coming to the next. So this is the homework for you. You solve in this method. So this is the b1 here. This is the b1 here. And this is the b2 here. Okay, so comparing as here as we solved previous questions. So use the formula cos theta is equal to what? Vector b1 dot vector b2 upon modulus of vector b1 and modulus of vector b2. So putting this value you get the answers. So next is what? The find the angle between the pairs of the lines. We use the formula here also. Solution is what? We know that the angle between the lines, this is the cos theta, this is equal to what? a1 a2 plus b1 b2 plus c1 c2 upon under root upon under root a1 square plus b1 square plus c1 square. Okay, under root a2 square plus b2 square plus c2 square. So on comparing these equations, what? X minus x1 by a1, y minus y1 by b1, z minus z1 by c1, and x minus x2 by a2, y minus y2 by b2, and z minus z2 by c2. Okay, so here you note that the coefficient of x, y, z are plus 1 here. If not plus 1, so taking the plus 1, okay, by taking the common. So this is the remember, okay, this is the restrictions for comparing this value here. So here is the note, see that the coefficient of x, y, z are the plus 1, so we need not to uh, convert in format. Okay, so what is a1? What a1 equal to what? A1 equal to becomes 2, b1 equal to what? 5, and c1 equal to what? Minus of 3, and a2 equal to what? Minus of the 1, and b2 is equal to what? 8, and c2 is equal to what? 4. This is a1, b1, c1. So 2, 5 minus 3, and what? a2 minus 1, b2 8, and c2 equal to 4. So cos theta is equal to what? Putting this value you get. This is a 2, a1 equal to 2, and a2 equal to what? Minus 1, and this is a b1 equal to what? 5, and b2 equal to what? 8, and c1 equal to what? C1, you see that c1 equal to minus 3. So taking the minus 3 here, c2 is equal to what? 4, and solving here you get, this is a1 square what? 4, b1 square what? 25, 5 square 25, c1 square what? Minus 3 square, you get 9. So a2 square what? Minus 1 square becomes plus 1, b2 square what? 64, and c2 square 4, 4 square 60. So simplify to get the answers here. So cos theta is equal to what? Cos theta becomes 2 into minus 1 minus 2, 5 into 8 40, and 3 into minus 4, it becomes what? Minus 12. This is equal to what? Minus 4 into 3 becomes minus 12. And if you simplify here, you get what? This is a 4 plus 25, 29, and adding in this under root 38. What you get? Under root 38. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. So if you solving them, what you get? You get 6, 4, you get 17 here, and 18. Okay, so it becomes under root 81. So simplify, you get what? 14 minus 14 upon, this is under root 38, and it becomes 9. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. So solve it, you get the cos theta is equal to 14 minus 14 is becomes 26 upon under root 38 into 9. Okay, so theta is equal to what? This is not cancel here. Okay, so we write as theta is equal to what? This is the cos inverse of 26 upon 9 under root 38. Okay, so this is our answer. This is the angle between the given lines. So solve it in this method is homework. So a1 equal to what here? a1 equal to 2, and b1 equal to 2, and c1 equal to 1. Here what? a2 equal to what? 4, and b2 equal to what? 1, and c2 equal to 8. Okay, you note, remember that the coefficient of x, y, z are should be plus 1 here. Here also plus 1. Coefficient of x, y, z are plus 1. So we use the value here. So using this formula, you get the answer. So this is treating as homework. So coming to the next questions. So next question is what? To find the values of p so that the lines are the right angles. Here the concept here, you see that the coefficient of x is equal to minus 1. So we need to convert the plus 1 here. So above equations right as here, solution is what? So if you comparing a1 equal to, so this is incorrect here. Okay, because the coefficient of x equal to minus, so we write as given equations can be written as given equations can be written as in standard form. Okay, written as, so here it be common minus 1, it becomes x minus 1, and taking the minus in the here, so it becomes minus 3. And here you see that the coefficient of y is equal to 7, be common 7 here, be common 7 here, and be common 7 here, so you get y minus 2, and common 7, and taking the denominator, it becomes 2 by 7 of the p. Okay, so we write as here, and this is z minus 3 by 2. This is z minus 3 by 2. This is the z minus 3 by 2. Okay, and this is what? And next is here see that coefficient of x equal to minus 7. So be common minus 7. It be common minus 7. Okay, so it becomes x minus 7. Sorry, x minus 1. It becomes x minus 1. Common minus 7 in the numerator, and taking the denominator, it becomes minus 3 by 7 of the p. Okay, and it becomes y minus 5 by 1, and this is common minus 1 in the numerator, it becomes z minus 6, because the coefficient of z should be plus 1. It becomes z minus 6 by minus of the 5. On comparing x minus x1 by a1, y minus y1 by b1, z minus z1 by z minus z1 by z minus z1 by c1, and x minus x2 by a2, y minus y2 by b2, z minus z2 by c2. We get a1 equal to what? We get a1 equal to minus 3, and b1 equal to what? 2 by the 7 of the p, and c1 equal to what? 2. a2 equal to what? Minus 3 by 7 of p. b2 is equal to what? 1, and c2 is equal to what? Minus of the 5. Here you see that this is at a right angle, so we need to find the value of p, and this is the, suppose this is the equation 1 and this is equation number 2, and 1 is perpendicular to the 2. It means that a1 a2, its directions ratio, so a1 a2 plus b1 b2 plus c1 c2 must be equal to 0. Okay, so a1 a2 plus b1 b2 plus c1 c2 is equal to 0. So using this formula here, so a1 a2 what? a1 equal to minus 3 and a2 equal to minus 3 by 7 p. So using here minus 3, a2 equal to what? Minus 3 by 7 p. Minus 3 by 7 p. Okay, plus b1 equal to what? b1 equal to 2 by 7 p and b2 equal to 1. 2 by 7 p and b2 equal to 1. And what is c1? c1 equal to what? 2 and c2 equal to minus 5. 2 and the minus 5. This is the important questions for you. Okay, so it becomes 0. This is what? 9 by 7 of the p plus 2 by 7 of the p. Okay, this is 2 minus 5, it becomes minus 10 equal to 0. Okay, if you simplify, you get what? This is the 7 here. This is a 9p plus 2p, and minus 10 taking in the right side becomes 10. So 9 to is 11 by 7 of the p. This is equal to 10. If you solving that, p is equal to what? 10 into 7 by 11. So it becomes 17 by 11. So p is equal to what? 17 by 11. I hope it is clear to you. So this is our answers. Okay, so this is important for you. This question is important for you because here is the concept here. On comparing the equations, the x, y, z coefficient should be plus 1s. Okay, so if you saw comparing a equal to 3, b equal to a1 equal to 3, b1 equal to 2p, and c1 equal to it should be incorrect. Okay, so this is the concept here. So if you comparing this equation, so x, y, z coefficients should be plus 1s. I hope it is clear to you because here if you comparing them, the coefficient of x, y, z should be plus 1 here also in this equation. So this is the noting point here. So this is the important questions for you. It weightage has a 5 marks for you. So solving it by Ohm's method and solve it. Okay, so this is our answer. So coming to the next question. So next question, they show that the lines are the perpendicular to each other solving. Here the coefficient of x, y, z are the plus 1s here. So we need not to convert here. So on comparing what? X minus x1 upon a1 and y minus y1 upon b1 and z minus z1 upon c1 and x minus x2 upon a2 equal to y minus y2 upon b2 and z minus z2 upon c2. So we get what we get? We get a1 equal to what? Because the coefficient of x, y, z are plus 1 here, so we need not to convert it. So comparing here, a1 equal to what? 7 and b1 equal to minus of 5 1 and c1 equal to 1 and a2 equal to what? This is 1 and b2 equal to what? 2 and c2 equal to what? 3. And suppose this is the line 1, this is the line 2. Okay, if L1 and L2 are the perpendicular, we need to show that it is perpendicular only if L1 and suppose this is the line L1 and this is the line L2. This is the perpendicular only if A1 A2 plus B1 B2 plus C1 C2 is equal to 0. Okay, so if you solving this, what? A1 A2 what? A1 A2 and B1 B2 and C1 C2. Solve it. A1 A2 what? This is 7. A2 equal to 1. This is B1 equal to what? Minus 5 and B2 equal to 2 and C1 equal to what? 1 and C2 is equal to 3. Simplified. This 7 into 7 becomes 7, minus 5 into minus 10, 1 into 3 plus 3. So 10 minus 10 it becomes 0. So we comparing this, we find A1 A2 plus B1 B2 plus C1 C2 should be 0. It means that L1 is perpendicular to L2. This is the proof. Hence proved. Okay. So line 1 and line 2 are perpendicular to each other. So this is the proof. Coming to the next questions. So next question is what? So we need to find the shortest distance between the lines this and this. So solution is what? So solution is what? On comparing what? Here you see that this is a vector v1, this is vector v2 and vector v1 and v2 not are equal. So this is the skew lines here. So on comparing what? On comparing vector r equal to vector a1 plus lambda times of the vector v1 and vector r equal to vector a2 plus mu times of the vector v2. We get what? Vector a1 I cap plus 2j cap plus k cap. Vector a2 what? A2 equal to what? 2i cap minus j cap minus k cap. And vector v1 what? This is I cap. This is I cap. This is this is I cap minus j cap. This is minus j cap plus k cap. And what is vector v2? Vector v2 is equal to what? Vector v2 is equal to where? This is 2i cap plus j cap plus 2k cap. So this is the comparing and we get the. And so what is the shortest distance between these lines? Because this line is representing as a skew line, so its shortest distance between them, this is d equal to what? Let d be the shortest distance between them. This is what? Modulus of vector v1 cross vector v2 dot vector a2 minus vector a1. So taking the modulus of this vector v1 cross v2 here, v1 cross v2 here. Okay, so using this formula, modulus. Okay, here modulus. Here taking the modulus here you get. Okay, taking the modulus you get the answers. I hope it is clear to you. So first we need to find the vector v1 cross v2. So what is vector v1 cross v2? We simplify it here vector v1 cross vector v2. So simplify it here what? This is I cap, j cap, k cap. And what is v1? Coefficient of v1 what? Component. This is 1 minus 1. This is 1 minus 1 and coefficient of k cap what? 1. And similarly coefficient of vector v2 here 2 1 2. This is a 2 1 2 and solve it. And solve it, you get vector v1 cross vector v2. Vector v1 cross vector v2. So you get what? This is I cap here. This is a plus minus plus. Solving along r1 of this determinant. So this is what? And removing first column you get 2 into minus 1. This is minus 2. 1 into 1. This is minus of the 1. Minus of the j cap. Taking the first row and removing first row and second column you get 2 into 1 2 and 2 into 1 2. Okay, and the plus k cap here what you see comparing removing second column and first row you get 1 into 2, 1 into 2, 2 minus 2 each. And k cap what? Removing third column and first row you get 1 into 1, 2 into minus of minus 1 becomes plus 2. Okay, simplifying what? Vector b1 cross vector b2 you get this is minus 3 I cap, this is minus 0 j cap, and this is plus 3 k cap. Okay, it becomes what? Minus 3 I cap plus 3 k cap. Okay, and taking the modulus of vector b1 cross vector b2, so it becomes what? This is minus 3 whole square, and the j cap what? 0, so this is 0 k cap, 0 whole square, and k cap coefficient 3, this is 3 square. So simplify you get what? This is 9 plus 0 plus 9. It becomes under root 18. Okay, so under root 18 can be written as 3 under root 2. Okay, so this is 3 under root 2. And what we need to find? A2 minus a1. So we simplify vector a2 minus vector a1 here. So vector a2 minus a1 you get what? 2 I cap minus j cap k cap, and this I cap plus 2 j cap. Simplify here. 2 I cap minus I cap becomes I cap here. Minus j cap minus 2 j cap becomes minus 3 j cap here. Okay, and minus k cap becomes vector a2 minus k cap minus a1. We find vector a2 minus k cap becomes minus 2 k cap here. So we use the formula in these equations and substituting the value we get the answers. So what is the we add a slide here. Okay, so add with the slide here. D equal to what? So D equal to modulus of what? Vector b1 cross vector b2 what? Vector b1 cross vector b2, this is minus 3 I cap plus 0 j cap. It's also written as here minus 3 I cap plus 0 j cap plus 3 k cap. Okay, so use here minus 3 I cap plus 0 j cap plus 3 k cap dot vector a2 minus vector a1. So vector a2 minus vector a1 what? I cap minus 3 j cap minus 2 k cap. I cap minus 3 j cap minus 2 k cap upon and modulus of vector b1 cross vector b2 what? This is equal to 3 root 2. So solving you get the answers. This is what? 3 root 2. So taking the modulus here, so taking the dot product here, what? This is modulus minus 3 into 1, this is becomes minus 3, 0 into minus 3 becomes the minus 0, plus 3 into minus 2 becomes the minus 6. This is upon 3 root 2. Okay, so this is what? And solving you get this is a minus 9, this is the minus 9 upon 3 root 2. Okay, so 3 3 ja 9, minus 3 becomes plus 3, this is 3 upon under root 2 units. Okay, so this is the distance between two skew lines. In this way we find this distance, the shortest distance between two skew lines. So this is our final answer. Each question is weighted for 5 marks for you. You simplify here. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. So we simplify as like that. So this is our answers. So we need to find the shortest distance between the lines. So first we convert in the vector form here. So we convert in the vector form here. So what is vector form here? I'm comparing this x minus x1 upon a1, y minus y1 upon b1, z minus z1 upon c1, and x minus x2 upon a2, y minus y2 upon b2, z minus z2 upon c2. You get what? X1 equal to what? X1 equal to what? Here x1 becomes minus 1, so becomes plus 1 here. So x1 equal to minus 1, y1 equal to what? Y1 equal to also minus 1, and z1 equal to what? Z1 equal to also minus 1. X2 equal to what? X2 equal to minus 3, 3, and y2 equal to what? 3, 5. Y2 equal to what? 5. And Z2 equal to what? 7. A2 equal to what? 7. B2 equal to what? Minus 6. B1 equal to what? A1, B1, C1. Okay, now this is A1, B1, Cn here. A1 equal to what? A1 equal to 7. B1 equal to what? Minus 6. C1 equal to what? 1. And A2 equal to what? This is 1. And B2 equal to what? -2. And C2 equal to what? 1. So we need to convert in the vector form here. So vector form is what? So vector A1 becomes what? This is x1 I cap, y1 j cap plus z1 k cap. So writing as here x1 I cap what? This is minus I cap minus j cap plus minus k cap. Okay, minus k cap here. And vector A2 what? This is x2 I cap y2 j cap plus z2 k cap. Okay, so this is what? A2 what? X2 what? 3 I cap plus 5 j cap plus 7 k cap. And vector B1 equal to what? Vector B1 is equal to A1 I cap plus B1 j cap plus C1 k cap. Okay, so simplify, you get vector V1 what? 7 I cap minus 6 j cap and plus what? K cap. And vector B2 equal to what? This is A2 I cap plus B2 j cap plus C2 k cap. Okay, so using this formula here you get what? A2 equal to what? 1. This is I cap. B2 equal to what? -2. This is a -2 j cap. C2 equal to what? The plus 1. This is a plus k cap. And here is stated the B1 and B2 are the not equal. So what is the formula? So this is the line 1 and this is the line 2. So 1 and 2 becomes skew lines. So you need the formula here what? Skew lines. So skew lines what? The shortest distance between them, let D. So D is equal to what? Modulus of vector B1 cross vector B2 dot vector A2 minus vector A1 upon modulus of vector B1 cross vector B2. Okay, so we use the formula here. I have already told about it. So using this formula you get the answer. So this is treating as a homework. Okay, so solving it B1, B2, A2, A1 here you get. So solving it in the equations. So first we have to find vector B1 cross vector B2, then A2 minus A1 and taking the modulus and putting this value get the answers. Okay, so this is the final questions. So coming to the next. So next is also that this is also years. This is comparing. This is vector R equal to vector A1 plus lambda vector B1 and vector R equal to vector A2 plus mu times of the vector B2. Here also note that B1 and B2 are not same here. Okay, so we use the formula here also, but vector B1 cross vector B2 dot vector A2 minus vector A1 upon modulus of vector B1 cross vector B2. Okay, because this is the skew lines. How to find the skew line? This is vector B1 and vector B2 are not same. Okay, so if you comparing you get what? Vector A1 equal to I cap plus 2 j cap plus 3 k cap and vector B1 equal to what? This is I cap minus 3 j cap plus 3 k cap and vector A2 equal to what? This is 4 I cap plus 5 j cap plus 6 k cap. Okay, and what is vector B2? This is a 2 I cap plus 3 j cap and plus k cap. So using this formula and finding B1 cross B2, then A2 minus A1, taking dot product and taking the modulus of the vector B1 cross B2, you get the answer. This question also treating as a homework. I hope it is clear to you. Coming to the next. So next question is important for you. Here is T and here is the S is the treating as the coefficient. So first we write as the equations. So given system of equations, given lines, given equations of lines can be written as here you not simplify the formula using, first we have to convert in the standard form here. So vector R equal to what? This is 1 minus T I cap. So multiply the I cap here. So this is what? I cap minus T into I cap. Okay, so what is here? T into j cap minus 2 j cap and this is what? Multiplying k cap here. So you get 3 k cap minus 2t k cap. Okay, so comparing this value, get this is vector R, taking t in another here taking I cap minus 2j cap plus 3k cap together, I cap minus 2j cap plus 3k cap here, and the plus if be common, the this is what, minus ti cap, and this is what, this is the plus tj cap, and this is the minus 2tk cap. Okay, so if you solving it, you get I cap minus 2j cap plus 3k cap, and common t you get what, minus I cap my plus j cap and minus 2k cap. Okay, and similarly you also solving them, you get vector r is equal to what, multiplying in these equations you get what, this is becomes s I cap plus 1 into I cap becomes I cap, this is what, 2 s j cap and minus j cap, and multiplying here minus 2 s k cap minus k cap. Okay, so taking s term in another together, and taking I cap j cap in together. So this is what, this is I cap, and this is what, minus j cap, and this is what, this is the minus of the k cap. Okay, and taking the common s here, so you get what, I cap here, and common from this s you get minus 2, sorry, minus 2k, sorry, this is what, this is plus 2j cap here, if common s here you get plus 2j cap. Okay, and common here what, s, so you get minus 2k cap here. Okay, so it becomes what, vector r equal to vector, this is the equation 1 and this is the equation, so this is the standard form. So on comparing, vector r equal to vector a1 plus here what, here should be left t, and this is the vector b1, and vector r equal to vector a2 plus s times of the vector b2. So you get what, vector a1, on comparing this, on comparing we get, so you vector a1 equal to what, this is I cap minus 2j cap plus 3k cap, vector b1 equal to what, this is minus of the I cap plus j cap, okay, minus 2k cap, and vector a2 what, this is here I cap minus j cap and the minus of the k cap, and vector b2 is equal to what, this is vector b2 here. Okay, so vector b2 what, this is I cap plus 2j cap and the minus 2k cap. Okay, this is I cap minus j cap minus 2k cap here in b1, and this is b2. So here you see that vector b1 not equal to vector b2, we use the formula here what, so d is equal to what, this is the SQ line, so d is equal to what, vector b1 cross vector b2 dot vector a2 minus vector a1 upon modulus of vector b1 cross vector b2. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. So this is important for you because here s and t, some students are confusing about how to find a1 a2 and b1 b2. Okay, so we use in this format, and solving them we get a1 a2 and b1 b2. Okay, so we use as here format, this is what, this is b1 b2 and this is a1 a2. Okay, so this is what, this is a vector a1, okay, and this is vector a2, and this is vector b1 and this is vector b2. Okay, and here is the j cap. So use this, first we find vector b1 cross b2 as previous I told you, and find a2 minus a1, and taking the modulus of vector b1 b2 and putting this value, get the answer. This is the shortest distance between 2 points. This is writing as your homeworks for you. So this is all about the chapter we will cover up, and if you have any query related to this chapter, please comment in comment box. Thank you. Jai Hind.